When will the next recession come? And what will it look like? It could be next year or the year after that. Could even be this year. Heck, it may be happening right now. We may soon have to pay $20 for an egg. Recessions are inevitable. You're likely to experience 5 to 7 major recessions in your lifetime because economic downturns tend to happen roughly every 7 to 10 years. This pattern has repeated itself for over a century, with recessions triggered by everything from financial bubbles and oil shocks, geopolitical conflict, and global pandemics. Since the post-World War II era, there have been about a dozen notable recessions. And assuming a working adult life from your 20s to your 70s, you're likely to live through at least 5 to 7 major ones. You're not likely to escape recessions, but that doesn't mean you have to be a victim of them. In fact, each one could be a life-changing opportunity to build serious generational wealth. While most people panic, the rich prepare and profit. In this video, we're not just going to talk about how to survive a recession. We're going to show you how to thrive financially, mentally, and strategically. This isn't about vague theory. It's about specific actionable tactics, psychological preparation, and smart investing principles you can use right now. Whether you're living paycheck to paycheck or already stacking 6 figures, the upcoming downturn could be your golden ticket. If you play your cards right, let's dive in. Turn chaos into cash. Your ultimate game plan for recession-proof wealth. Section 1. Understanding the economic cycle and why recessions are golden opportunities. Recessions aren't economic doomsdays. They're part of the natural ebb and flow of financial life. Just like seasons, economies bloom, overheat, cool down, and regenerate. The 4 core stages of the economic cycle are expansion phase, where we see growth in GDP, low unemployment, and rising stock prices. Peak or boom phase is when the market tops and inflation often rises. Contraction or recession phase. GDP falls, job losses, market correction. And lastly, when it looks like everything is doomed, we will see trough or recovery phase, when market bottoms, then restarts. Here's the truth. The wealthiest investors don't just survive during downturns, they expand. During the 2008 recession, Warren Buffett bought deeply discounted shares of Goldman Sachs and Bank of America. By the time the market rebounded, those investments had tripled in value. Recessions are asset sales in disguise. What if you could position yourself to scoop up undervalued assets while everyone else is running for the hills? Section 2. The golden rule. Never pull out your investments. Imagine selling a winning lottery ticket for pennies. That's exactly what panic selling during a recession looks like. Markets are volatile by nature. If you pull your investments during a downturn, you lock in losses. If you hold, your portfolio has a chance to recover and grow exponentially. Case in point, during March 2020, the market plummeted by 34%, yet by August, it fully recovered. Investors who stayed put made a killing. Let's add one more layer: dollar cost averaging. This means you continue investing at regular intervals, regardless of market conditions. So, when stocks are cheaper, your money buys more. It's the only sale you should love more than Black Friday. Curious how the wealthy quietly grow their fortunes even in downturns, with a strategy so simple it almost feels unfair. Stick around. Section 3. The 6-month savings safety net and how to supercharge it. Forget the outdated advice of saving a few months of cash. In this economy, we're talking 6 to 9 months minimum. But here is where most people fail. They park their money in a traditional savings account earning 0.01%. That's financial malpractice. Instead, use FDIC-insured high-yield savings accounts offered by Ally, SoFi, Marcus, or American Express. These accounts often pay over 4% APY, meaning your emergency fund actually works for you. Got more than $250,000? Don't keep it all in one bank. Spread it around to stay FDIC protected. National banks are safer than regional ones during crises. Remember Silicon Valley Bank? But what about debt? Should you pay it off or invest? The answer will surprise you. Section 4. The 7% rule. Why paying off debt is the best investment you can make. If your credit card interest rate is 20%, you're basically lighting money on fire every month. Here's a rule. If your interest rate is over 7%, pay it down before investing. Why? Because earning a guaranteed return by saving that 20% interest beats the unpredictable 7 to 10% return of the stock market. Even if you only have $500 in debt, paying it off immediately improves your credit score. This reduces your financial anxiety and opens the door for better loans in the future. Pro tip: use the avalanche method or snowball method, depending on your mindset. Both work. Just start. But what if I told you this is also the perfect time to start investing even with just $50 a month? Section 5. What should you invest in? Meet the index fund power players. Let's keep it simple. You don't need to pick stocks. You need to own the market. Enter index funds. These are baskets of stocks that track a specific market index, like the S&P 500, NASDAQ, or Total International Markets. VOO tracks the S&P 500. QQQ tracks the top 100 tech companies. VXUS tracks international companies. Want to go hands-off? Use a target date retirement fund? Pick the year you plan to retire, and the fund adjusts your risk over time. It's investing on autopilot. Still don't want to choose? Use a robo-advisor like Betterment or Wealthfront. It'll build a personalized, diversified portfolio for you. Investing is just one side of the coin. What about your job? Let's talk about recession-proof careers next. Section 6. Job security in a shaky economy. Who wins and who loses? During a recession, not all industries are created equal. Here's how to protect your income. Here are the industries that might be at risk during a recession. Travel and hospitality, like Delta or Hilton. Luxury retail, with LVMH and Gucci as examples. Tech and streaming, such as Netflix or Meta. And here's the list of recession-resistant industries. Healthcare, say Pfizer and Merck. Financial services, such like JP Morgan or Bank of America. Utilities, waste management, insurance, energy. If you work in a discretionary sector, consider pivoting to roles in essential industries, even if it's the same function. Example: a marketer at Netflix may be at risk, but a marketer at United Health Group could be more stable. Think you need a new degree or years of training to make a career shift? Think again. We'll explore quick pivots next. Section 7. Quick career pivots that don't require a new degree. You don't need to go back to school to recession-proof your career. Many of the most in-demand roles during economic uncertainty rely on skills, not degrees, are some fast and flexible transitions. Customer service to remote tech support. Add basic IT certifications like CompTIA A+. Retail to administrative assistant, strong communication and scheduling skills are transferable. Hospitality to logistics or supply chain coordination, operations experience is in demand. Freelance writing to content marketing for healthcare or finance companies. These industries often expand during downturns. Platforms like Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, and Skillshare offer targeted learning paths to make these pivots fast and affordable. What if you used the recession not just to survive, but to launch your own income stream from scratch? Section 8. Side hustles that scale, building a backup income stream. Recessions are fertile ground for side hustles. Why? Because uncertainty fuels creativity and demand for flexible services. Here are side hustles that can grow into serious income. Digital product creation. selling your templates, guides, or online courses. Freelance work, like writing, design, coding, and virtual assistants. E-commerce flips, selling thrifted goods, handmade items, or print on demand. Tutoring or online coaching. Pick something low cost to start and tied to a skill you already have. Use the extra income to pad your savings, pay down debt, or invest. What if the next recession could also make you a millionaire? Slowly but surely, let's talk compounding. Section 9. The hidden superpower. Time in the market. Most people underestimate just how powerful compound interest can be. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine you invest $300 a month from age 25 to age 65 in an index fund returning 8% annually. That's just $3,600 per year. Over 40 years, you'll have contributed $144,000. Final value? Over $1 million? Now imagine you start at 35 instead. You invest the same $300 a month. Final value? Just $450,000? That decade costs you more than $500,000? Recessions are the best time to start because the market is temporarily discounted. Your dollars go further. Still worried about the worst case scenario? Let's address that head on. Section 10. What if it all collapses? The real odds of losing everything. And yes, the headlines are scary. But here's the reality. If the entire US economy implodes, your bank account won't matter because money itself will be worthless. That's why the true worst-case scenario isn't financial loss. It's panic. FDIC insurance protects up to $250,000 per depositor per bank. The system isn't perfect, but full collapse is extremely rare. And historically, every recession has ended in recovery. Instead of fearing total ruin, prepare by having cash flow via a job or hustle, holding short-term savings, investing long-term in broad, resilient assets. The smartest investors aren't just financially prepared, they're mentally unshakable. Let's talk mindset. Section 11. Emotional resilience. Your mind is your greatest asset. Money follows mindset. Recessions bring uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds fear. But fear-based decisions destroy wealth. Here's how to build a recession-proof mindset. Zoom out. Look at 10-year and 20-year market charts. Practice gratitude. You'll stay calmer and more creative. Have a plan. When fear spikes, follow your checklist, not your emotions. Surround yourself with optimistic, action-taking people. Consider journaling your goals weekly, tracking small wins, and setting no panic rules. So what's the master checklist to recession-proof your life? Let's wrap this up. Section 12. The recession-proof wealth checklist. Here's your no BS. Keep it on the wall summary. Keep investing, especially in index funds. Pay off debt over 7% interest. Build a 6 to 9 month emergency fund in a high-yield account. Stay employed or shift to recession-proof roles. Start or grow a side hustle. Don't make emotional money decisions. Know that the recession shall pass. Everything will recover. Recessions will come and go. But if you prepare wisely, they'll become stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. Final words. Turn fear into fortune. This guide isn't about hype. It's about hope. Strategic hope. Every recession carries risk, yes, but also immense potential. The biggest financial wins don't happen when the skies are sunny. They happen when it's stormy and you're one of the few still planting seeds. Stay sharp. Stay invested. Stay ready. Want even more tools? Click like and subscribe to the Passive Path channel right now. Subscribing is free, but it's a valuable investment. It helps us deliver more important lessons straight to you. You've got this.